morning, live from the digital media classroom here at Wellington High School. This is another episode, in fact, the season debut of Dialogue with the Dukes. This morning, I am your host, Bill Berger, and I'm being helped this morning by the assistants, Kevin Rakowski, the stage manager, and also on camera number 1, and on camera number 2 is Tom Logar. Dialogue with the Dukes is brought to you by the Patricia Lindley Center for the Performing Arts, located in the middle school, right adjacent to the high school, and also by the Wellington Music Store, located at 117-119 West Herrick, here in downtown Wellington. This morning we're going to be talking about two sports that are not necessarily talked about all that much here during the fall. During the fall, our revenue-producing sports, football, volleyball, boys and girls soccer, they are quite well known here at Wellington High School. But the two sports that are not necessarily well known, that being boys and girls cross country and also the golf team. This morning to my immediate left is Violet Hess. She is on the cross country team, and just as a way of introduction, she is the sister of Henry Haas, who we have interviewed here at least a couple times here for cross country. So Violet, welcome. The first question I have for you is kind of an easy one. Why did you decide to run cross country, and why did you decide to try out? And was it all your brother who convinced you? Now, obviously you have to do a lot of training, and you have to do training obviously during the off season, but also you train during during the season too. What is like your training regimen for during the off season and then during the season?
During the season, I go to the practices. I try to show up to like everyone. During the off season, I just try and run every now and then, here and there, but I don't do much to get myself ready for the season. I show up to like some of the practices.
Now you were on the junior high cross country team. How is that different from being on the junior high team versus now, even though it's varsity, and we'll talk a little bit about how the team is made up, but how is it different being in junior high versus on the varsity here in high school? Well, let's talk a little bit about the fact that we have 4 girls on the team. Go ahead and tell me who the 4 girls are.
Rebecca, Christina, and Stella.
Okay. And we have one guy, Nick Martinelli. Now, because we don't have, per se, 5 members of the girls team, we aren't really running, shall we say, representing Wellington High School. We're running individually. How is that different? Not having necessarily the quote-unquote support of Wellington High School, but having to run individually. Sure. Obviously, Jeff Hook is your coach, and Bill Waters, who was the varsity coach last year, he's now the assistant coach. How do the two coaches help you, especially since you are running individually? Now, obviously you need a lot of motivation when you're running cross country. I know the soccer team runs an awful lot, but you run continuously. What motivates you to actually run cross country?
Just being able to like finish and being able to say that I did that. I ran 3 miles today.
Now, obviously during the race, as we said, you're running the whole time. How do you actually pace yourself? Obviously at the beginning, you probably are all amped up a little bit, the sugar is going through your body, and you don't want to start too fast unless you are the rabbit in the race. You don't want to start too fast, you want to pace yourself. How do you do that? How in pacing yourself and getting ready for that strong finish, is it something that you said you start fast? Now, do you actually slow down or do you just run a specific pace itself before you hit that kick?
It depends. You can sometimes it's hard to keep that pace, like if it's hot out or if you're just really tired. Sometimes you slow down. It just all depends, I guess.
You just brought up a good point. Obviously, a lot of humidity runs and heat. It depends a lot on that. How again does that play in? Now, this is a question Mr. Bowman wanted me to ask you. Do you like running on a familiar course more, or do you like running on a new course, like when you go to a different school or something like that, where you maybe have never run that course before? Which do you like? Now, last question. We obviously have, I shouldn't say obviously, we have a big junior high team versus the varsity team at the high school, and a lot of the girls look up to you being on the varsity and being on the junior high team last year. You looked up to those cross country teams. Now, how do you influence the junior high team? We'd like to thank Violet Haas for coming in today. She's not a new person, needless to say, because she mentioned before that she ran with her brother when she was on the junior high team. So we'd like to thank you, Violet, for coming in this morning and talking about the Wellington, even though it's not the Wellington high school team per se, because you run individually, because we don't have enough, but talking about running varsity and now how your freshman year, you've got 3 more big years to go, and we expect big things from you, Violet, needless to say. And maybe next year we'll have you in and talk more about the varsity team, okay? We will be back with the other team that is not necessarily well known here at Wellington High School, the golf team. This is Dialogue with the Dukes. We hope you go to the Wellington Music Store, located at 117-119 West Herrick, here in downtown Wellington. Well, we have with us to my immediate left, Eric Benko. Eric, welcome. He is one of our golfers on the Wellington High School golf team. Certainly, the golf team has done very, very well this year and will continue to do so. But we're doing something different this year. We're in a different conference. We're in the Lorain County 8, so we only have 8 teams in the conference, but we don't have that many playing golf. Talk about the golf teams and how important it is and how we play golf here in the new Lorain County 8.
All right, well, there's only 5 teams in conference, and how we do it is each team has their own home course. So we play each team twice, one at your home course and one at their home course. And that's how you basically just set up the conference.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know that our home course is Echo, mm-hmm. and Echo is certainly one of the hardest golf courses in the area, and maybe the hardest one in the Lorain County League. How confident are you playing at Echo, and what does it mean going against the other team where they have to come in and play Echo?
Well, for how many times I've played the course, I'm definitely completely familiar with it. All you have to basically do is use your irons. The other teams don't know that, so that's why we play it a lot. But the other teams will try to hit the long ball, and they'll end up getting in trouble, and that's what really affects their score. So Coach always just showed us, like, using the irons. If you are using your irons good, you're going to shoot a really good score.
Mm-hmm. Well, talking about Coach Geyer and the different strategies and so on, Mr. Bowman wanted me to ask you this question. How does Coach Geyer prepare you mentally for a match, not only at Echo, but the other courses?
One of the things he likes to say is it's just golf. You know, if you have a bad hole, just scratch it, go to another hole, start over. And he tries to make it to where you don't get frustrated, because it's one of those sports where if you do get frustrated, it'll throw your whole round off.
Mm-hmm. Well, golf is certainly a mental aspect, and so it's very interesting to me. How did you get interested in playing in golf, or playing golf as a sport?
Oh, well, I've always played it since I was like a little kid with my dad, But I don't know, it just kind of led me into playing competitive in high school.
How old were you when you started?
Probably like 7.
Did you have little small clubs and things like that, and then graduated to larger clubs?
I did.
Did
Yes.
you? Yeah. At the beginning of the year this year, we had a situation where a lot of the matches were rained out. And that's got to be extremely hard. As an athlete myself, way back many years ago, I know that when something happened to throw you off, such as rain, it's got to mess up your psyche, shall we say. How do you deal with that frustration?
Well, I mean, when you get pumped up for a game and then just have the coach call you like 10 minutes before it starts saying it's canceled because it's raining just a tiny bit, I mean, that's pretty frustrating because then we have to worry about like making it up. And then around when we have important tournaments like the one tomorrow and the one we had last week to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll talk about tournaments in just a second, but I wanted to ask you one more question. There's so many aspects to playing golf, whether it be putting or driving or chipping or going out of the sand trap or whatever. What do you feel is the most important aspect for your game?
Definitely the mental game. Because like I said earlier, if you get just like a single bit mad or frustrated over just one shot, it'll mess up all the other shots.
Well, you talked about tournaments. We just finished one recently, and we're going into one tomorrow. Talk about the tournaments that we played and what we're going to play.
All right, so we played conference last week. We ended up placing second, which is pretty good considering the team that won has sophomores shooting pars at this super hard like club course, and that's pretty difficult, really difficult. And the tournament tomorrow is sectionals, and if we manage to do good, we're gonna end up going to regionals, and then possibly state.
That would be great. That would be great for Wellington High School, needless to say, you and the golf team members. Well, once again, we'd like to thank Eric Benko very much for coming in and talking about the golf team and the important aspects of playing the game of golf and the golf team here at Wellington High School, and also Coach Geyer and how he prepares the team members to play golf. This has been Dialogue with